Oh, all right. A little bit confusion there, but welcome, Mutant Metal Maniacs, to a new episode of Saturday Comic Books. I'm Billy Bombs, and this is Tony.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, it took us a couple of times. I forgot his name. I've known him for 6 years now.
I need to come around.
Nah. But we're going to talk about today about CGC Comics and how weird they are, because Tony's kind of new to that stuff. Because and then when we'll go into some stories about it too. But it turns out it's not a big thing everywhere as I thought it would be. I went down to Baltimore for Maryland Death Fest, and they were like, "That's a New York thing, CGC. We don't sell that shit here."
I never understood it. I mean, like, what is CGC? For
CGC
those who don't know what CGC
We're going to start off with this one. It's certified graded comics. So it's a new way of those people who talk to you at comic shops in letters and numbers. You know, do you have ASM 129? Do you have AV4? You have this, you have that. You're like, what's that? It's like Amazing Spider-Man 129, man. What are you, noob? And those are the same dudes that you'll see on the book. When they get it signed, they'll have it cut out in the square where the guy has to sign it. So it's perfect because it'll be worth more money.
So it's kind of like a comic book grading scale, pretty much.
Yeah. It's just some people are insane. But here's the thing. These things go up and down with some weird stuff. Like this book I got, if I bought it last year, would have been, this is Alias #1, the first appearance of Jessica Jones. I think it would have cost me like a few $100.
Okay.
I think 9.6 cost me $80.
Wow.
Because the show flopped.
What? Alias?
Alias. No biblical comics on today's episode. But then here's the question. There's some stuff you get CGC'd because it means something. And then you get some stuff that's like you just got it. Like me, I have one of these books that I love, the G.I. Joe Silent Issue.
Hells yeah.
Tony, what's your memories on this book?
I remember, well, not so much the book, but that animation and the stuff that they had out was when I was a kid in the 80s was the G.I. Joe cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember always going to the grocery store and them having G.I. Joe comic books, which was amazing. Loved the artwork, loved the stories. I mean, just grew up on that. So when I seen something like that, I was just like, holy shit. A little flash from the past right there.
I love the CGC books because one thing I do love about this stuff is the artwork on the back that they show off.
Yeah.
And CGC tells you, and there's also a number on here that once your serial number again is graded, this is the first appearance of Storm Shadow, Silent Issue by Larry Hama and all the artists involved. The thing is, for me, I learned how to speak English from G.I. Joe and Ninja Turtles. But I learned how to read from G.I. Joe comics. So this meant a lot. I got this as a really expensive book. Like it cost me $100 a book. But then I sent it in for CGC for like $32, and I got it like this. So this means a lot to me. But here's the thing. I'm not buying books to invest like some people are. Like I'm just buying it because I want it.
Yeah.
And G.I. Joe's definitely on that list. But then I did buy one book to invest because I just couldn't help it. For $50 at a comic shop, I got Excellence #1 signed, which is a new book about a group of wizards that they're assigned to protect a different person. But there's other YouTubers who go into this story. It's really well done. I don't want to go into detail on it because like maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, I got 9.6 signed by all the artists involved. Amelia Lopez and Kerry Randolph on it. I just wish I got the writer too, but I'm okay on it. This one is literally like something that like I know this is gonna be a TV show on Netflix one day. So I was like, why not? I saw 10 of them. I was like, let me get one. 9.6, and it's gold. It's the first one I ever got gold and done.
Oh, that's awesome. So is that something that you're doing more and more now compared to when you started collecting comics, was getting them graded?
This is the first time I'm ever doing it. It's actually the last year or so.
Okay.
I have more high-end books I bought that I wanted. Like, but I try not to buy anything I already had. Like, if I already had, like, a copy of Spider-Man 300, Amazing Spider-Man 300, I didn't go and buy another one on purpose just to get it graded. Okay. I just got the one I had graded. So it was good.
Fucking train. Hey, we're back again.
Yeah, the train. Oh, my God. Is that the train?
That's the train that does it.
Holy shit, the train affected the episode.
Dude, it happens all the like when we were watching Game of Thrones, it would drop when the train would roll by. See, we're rich people in New York, like everyone who lives here. And we live right next to the M train, so every time it rolls by, you get a little bit of a glitch.
CGC though, like I like some of the stuff in there.
Mhm.
Like our friend of ours does comic books. Your friend you grew up with, Vanessa.
Oh, Vanessa Del Rey. Yeah.
Vanessa Del Rey does
She's
right.
alright.
No, she's really good. The first book I got from her was a Murder Falcon Hearts per and she's like, "Fuck you." But she did a Megadeth style cover, which obviously we like Megadeth, on Murder Falcon, and she signed it for me. We were hanging out from another signing. But she's doing a signing here in Queens at Royal Collectibles. So I found a rare version of her comic shirt they called Redlands. The gold foil retail incentive I found in some random comic shop in Brooklyn. So I'm gonna have her sign it. They're gonna CGC it there where they have the signature and send it away. Because CGC, if they don't witness it, you don't get nothing.
Okay, so here's another big question I got for you.
Shoot.
So CGC, what's the process? Let's say you got the Redlands that you're going to give to Del Rey. What's the process? Like how do
well, it's gonna be somebody from Royal Collectibles probably because they work there, are witnesses. So they have to witness it. They fill out a form. They send it in with CGC that they witnessed it, and their official store that witnesses are Arias because they're like the only guys in New York who do CGC actually.
Okay.
So they'll mail it away. It'll come back with the gold label and what grade. Hopefully it's in good grade because it's kind of a new book. It was a wall book, so it makes me nervous because of fading and shit like that. But if you don't have somebody witness it, you got to actually have another company do it. Give it a minute. It's going to capture one more second. Back on. It's going to be CBCS. Comic book. What the hell is CBCS stand for? I guess Comic Book Certified Standards.
Okay, so
this is another company. Hold on.
Okay.
And this is a book, Neil Gaiman's Sandman, signed by Neil Gaiman.
Show him the back.
Oh. I like your face. I'm like, why? I see you on the camera. I'm like, why is he lighting up?
Let's not forget the important part of this.
This is awesome, man. This one has a barcode to sign in. Here's the thing. This is a company that hires people to verify the signature, which is cool. But you really need but like most people don't give a shit for anything that's not CGC.
Okay.
Because CGC is like the end all be all.
Okay.
So I understand that, but there's other companies who have verifiers, and these are people who've been doing it for years too. The verifiers, the signature guys. Okay. So I like this. Like I love the Sandman. The fact that I have a signed book, I was like, fuck it, let me get it. Now the show's coming out. I'm like, whoo, this will be a pain in the ass to get.
Okay, so as a certifier, what do you like? Let's say, what do they look for? Like, what does the CGI do? Like, what does it cover? Like, quality. I mean, what is it?
If you go to Comic-Con, this is kind of funny. You'll get a higher grade because they're more of a rush. Mm-hmm. So you might always get those, give it a benefit of doubt. They'll check each book per page or leave notes, then pass it along to a different grader to double check them. And they'll put a microfiber paper inside in between the sheets, so they'll check in that it's fine. And then they'll assign a grade, a barcode, seal it up over there, and then you can pick up your book. So if you mail it away, it takes a few weeks. Some guys, like I'm one of those people who, if I get a good comic book from the 80s, I like to get it pressed where it's like flat to cover. Mm. So it definitely goes up a grade.
Okay, so they're pretty much covering like the quality, if there's any damage at all. Yeah,
dude, I have one of the best copies of Mr. Miracle #1, which is like one of my favorite comic book characters, and I have it fucking tattooed on me. I gotta learn not to curse on shows, but I have it tattooed on me.
And that tattoo's been CGI'd, so.
Yeah, bingo. Yeah, like it hurts to walk around with this plastic seal. But it turns out I have a coffee stain on one page.
Not his tattoo.
Yeah, no. Not yet, not until Tony throws coffee in my face. It's a coffee stain, so it goes from a 9.6 to 9.6 with damage.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, there's no God. It's better if I just clip the paper. Oof. But it has a coffee stain on the inside page. It's the best book anybody's seen in years. I think I saw 9.8 somewhere out there. I was trying to look it up because you can look up the books, how many graded books are out there. Mm-hmm. I have my first comic book ever is Master of Kung Fu. It's over there somewhere, but that one has only been there's only 11 of them ever printed. I'm just wondering who's the other 10 guys.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know?
You should.
But here's the thing: there's some books that you're like, it may have a cool cover, but the price tag does not match the whole point of getting this done because there's no first appearance, it's no signing, it's nothing. Like this, Hulk 340, the first Wolverine versus Hulk in the 80s. Even like, I realize it's not an important issue for $90 that I paid for. I paid $1 a grade. And check out the artwork in the back, bro. There was a guy who made the comic book sleeves like bags and boards that were see through in the back, so you can see the back.
Nice. That's really cool.
I don't know what happened to that guy. You think $1 billion idea? He's gone.
Probably. You know how big comics is. You know how big comics are.
Yeah, like the Stampede coming at the Comic Con for SDCC for
oh God,
for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's only 200 copies, one Tuesday and one Wednesday, and they had to cancel it because they said a Stampede will break out.
Dude, I think they're doing that shit on purpose.
No, I think IDW realized they should just make 10,000 because they
no
only make their money from the rec market, not from secondary. Everybody who does secondary are people you don't want to be friends with anyway.
Yeah, but it's funny. It's almost like you're creating
a market.
Yeah,
like there's a couple of comic books like that. Like I'm gonna get that when we do some more Saturday morning comic book mashups.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna bring some weird books and then I just want to see your reaction because like in all honesty, like I don't get it. A lot of it is big fat phonies.
Yeah, I mean it's popular now. It was
it's like 500 books of a single book that they just put out. Who's in comicbookinvest.com is the ones who put it out, and they're like, "Oh, it's only gonna be 50 copies of this, 50 of that." Of course, because you're making your own market.
You're creating scarcity.
You're legit. You're the company.
And they're throwing out number ones like it's Tic Tacs. Like, oh, it's Harley Quinn number one. It's Harley Quinn's breakfast date number one. It's Harley Quinn's breakfast dates with Joker number one.
I wouldn't even joke on that because I think that does exist.
Yeah, bro.
Because I saw one. There's one I think that's Harley Quinn's Magical Mystery Ride.
Number one.
Yeah, I got it. I was like, I thought it was just the number one. They're like, I thought it was the number one for a regular series by Amanda Connor. No,
it's a number one.
It's a one of one.
One of one. Like that's all it is. Every fucking season.
The one shot's like Bob, Squirrel Girl number one of 30. You're like, oh, it's gonna run for 30 issues. No, we're gonna run 31s.
This is the number one of the number 2 issue.
My God, bro, you should see people's minds when they lose. People lose their minds when they find a book that has a first appearance that's not number one, but it's like number 8. They're like, oh my God, Miles Morales Spider-Man number 8 has a new villain. I was like, that's what you're supposed to do, make it an ongoing series so people have pull this and read the book.
Exactly.
And that's a pretty good book. I like Miles Morales. But like,
I never got into Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah, the movie was great. Don't get me wrong. Into the Spider-Verse, awesome. But I never got into Spider-Man. I was more Punisher. Like, yeah. Even though I was like more DC, but like out of the Marvel ones, like Punisher, Wolverine, the 2 guys were badass to me.
True. 2 serial killers.
He seemed weird. He was like a kid in the middle of like all this like carnage. And he's like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm pumping round after round into mobsters, and then here's this, hey guys, that's a lot of blood.
They have a meme for that where which Principal Skinner dressed up as the Punisher.
Yeah.
And when he looks down, it's like pathetic. It's like when you see Spider-Man just web his enemies instead of killing them. Like,
exactly.
Well, we're gonna end the show on this one. It's gonna be a short show, but hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe to Mutant Metal Maniacs, and we'll see you around.
Have a good one.